Welcome to ServiceMaster Restore of Calgary, and thank you for joining our team. Here at ServiceMaster Restore of Calgary, it is our job to stabilize, clean, sanitize, dry, and restore sites that have experienced events such as floods, fires, sewer backups, vehicle impacts, hail, and so on. Your safety is very important, and you will receive graduated training as you progress in your experience here. It all starts with your orientation and then job shadowing with experienced employees who you will learn from, until you gain competency in each task that you perform. There is a safety bulletin board where key safety information can be found. Some of the important details include the company health and safety policy and other company policies, the results from our annual audits of our health and safety management system, and what to do if there is an incident or near miss, or if someone is injured. You will also find the building emergency response plan and specific first responder phone numbers, posters explaining workers' safety rights and responsibilities, which we will cover a few times throughout your orientation, a QR code for safety data sheets, SDSs, of the products used by the company, an example of how to understand the site-specific hazard assessment, and a list of the Health and Safety Committee members, along with the minutes from the last meeting. The Formal Hazard Assessment, or FHA, for your role lists the hazardous tasks that you may perform. Some very general examples of hazards are: asbestos was a common additive in certain products that were used in buildings. Before disturbing any suspected asbestos-containing materials, a sample will be taken and tested to identify if it contains asbestos or not. First, we address the integrity of the building structure and isolation of energy to ensure that it is stabilized for entry. Once the site-specific hazard assessment and required control measures have been completed and set in place, and everyone has been made aware of them, then the cleanup can begin. Training and supervision will be provided, but a few hazards to be mindful of are public protection hazardous materials or vapors loose, or hanging materials material handling slips, trips and falls, only to mention a few. First, we address the integrity of the building structure and isolation of energy to ensure that it is stabilized for entry. Once the site-specific hazard assessment and required control measures have been completed and set in place, and everyone has been made aware of them, then the cleanup can begin. Training and supervision will be provided, but a few hazards depending on the category of water to be mindful of are public protection hazardous materials or vapors, such as biohazardous or asbestos-containing material handling slips, trips and falls, cross-contamination of unaffected areas, only to mention a few. You should start to see a pattern now from these three very basic examples. As you gain experience and specific training under the supervision of crew chiefs, site supervisors and managers, you will understand all of the control measures of elimination, substitution, engineering, administrative, and personal protective equipment that go into keeping yourself and others safe at or within the vicinity of the worksite. For your hazardous material PPE, remember to always think, keep it off you and keep it out of you. At the main office, warehouse, and parking lot, stay alert when you or others are moving materials, equipment, and vehicles around you. Ensure that pathways and traffic lanes have free and clear access. Do not cross any barriers set in place unless given permission by the operator to do so. Follow the on-the-job training regarding WHMIS products, equipment, and material handling. Most importantly, if you're not sure, ask. This is both your right and your responsibility.